Hello friends, today I'm going to talk about the future of managed services. Today, almost all IT services providing companies are in managed services business, but most of them are offering managed services around IT infrastructure management. Some of them are offering managed services around application support and maintenance as well, but they are doing it reactively. Whenever an issue or bug or enhancement request is reported from the customer, they get into action and they do the needful. On the other hand, there are two changes happening in the IT market, and that will lead to the change in the way managed services are delivered as of today. The first change is the evolution of PaaS services in cloud. Nowadays, almost all IT infrastructure component is being delivered as a service from any leading cloud services providers. And in those services, there is very little scope of any administration or any kind of support or maintenance activities. Few years back, managed services providers were managing servers, databases, network, many security components and stuff like that. And they were doing lots and lots of preventive maintenance, support and other support activities to manage those pieces of IT infrastructure. But now all those pieces of IT infrastructure is being delivered as a service, and all those support and maintenance activities are being done by the cloud services provider only. And this has reduced the scope of the managed services work from a managed services provider point of view. That's why a managed service provider has to do very less number of things on the services that are being delivered as a PaaS by the by the cloud services provider. The second change that is happening in the market is the change in customer expectation. Nowadays, customers are not happy with the high availability, performance, or security of the IT infrastructure. Their main objective is they expect high availability, good performance, and highest level of security of the end workload that is running on the particular underlying infrastructure or platform. That's why every managed services provider will have to change their managed services offering so that they can be more application centric rather being IT infrastructure management centric only. Because there are PaaS services available in the market and customers are preferring those services. And to manage and maintain those services, a managed service provider has to do very less number of things. On the other hand, the customer is also expecting the high availability of the end workload or the end application that is running on a particular platform or IT infrastructure. They are not happy with the high availability of IT infrastructure only. That's why every managed service provider will have to be more application centric rather being IT infrastructure management centric only. This is the change every managed service provider will have to bring in their service offering, and they will have to build their capability so that they can deliver their managed services to make the end workload highly available, high performing, scalable, and highly secure all the time. Now customers are expecting their every bug, every enhancement request, every performance bottleneck should be proactively detected by the managed services provider only. So every managed service provider will have to use AI ops based monitoring and observability tools to do these kind of predictions so that they can predict any performance bottleneck in any workload or any application much earlier than the customer. And those bugs or performance bottlenecks should be predicted much earlier and should be taken care of, or at least there should be a resolution plan in place to take care of the same. That is the expectation customer is having from a managed service provider nowadays. So every managed service provider will have to change their managed services offering so that they can be more application centric rather being IT infrastructure centric only. Because few years down the line, every customer will be going for PaaS services. They would like their application or workload to be hosted on the PaaS services, and for a managed service provider, there will be a very less number of things to be done on those PaaS services. So this is the only strategy that will help the managed services provider to survive and thrive in managed services business. Hope this video is informative for you. Thank you very much. Have a great day.